before you are going ahead to align fire and water, it will be good to expand your outer realm so that it includes utensils which connect with both elements. I talk about the altar or your table, fire and water. And before you are going to work with water element by itself, as in the previous lessons, you have a circle around yourself. The table is outside your circle, and lay out a triangle on the table, and you can surround this triangle by a circle if you like so. Put a cup of water inside the triangle. You can put the cup on an elemental design which represents water, actually the pentagon. And as soon as you begin with your operation, this setup is going to connect with the realms of the water element. And to boost this process, you visualize yourself drawing energy from the water element and to push it into the triangle. Imagine this energy being blue. Proceed to do so until you feel good about what you have achieved. And the next step, of course, is to establish an inner realm which connects with the water element. Again, imagine being in a space of your choosing, and in front of yourself you see a blue pentagon which is formed with water. And this pentagon is your gate into the realms of the water element. You go through it later. Imagine this pentagon opening up and you're going through it to explore the realms of the water element. And as you're looking around yourself within this realm, you can notice changes in your surroundings which correspond to the water element, similar to the fire before. Move yourself through this realm, explore whatever you see there. Open up your awareness to whatever will come to you. This is a meditative practice already. And you do this, repeat the same thing with fire before you align the two. And so you can get visions, sounds, impressions, feelings, thoughts, whatever comes. And don't attach to it. You know, those are things that your mind will give you. And it has to do with what you are doing. It's not an absolute truth. Don't fall into the trap many channels do. At a later time, you can recall your experience in the water element, write them down for your records. And if you see spirits of the water element, interact with them. They may or may not, as I said, give you valuable information concerning your work with the water element. Take it all with a grain of salt, just take that experience. And the purpose of this experience, of course, is that you become familiar with the energies which are in the realm of the water element, and to understand the overall importance of this realm. With practice, you can then have this realm present for your magical work whenever you desire to do so, without the external crutches. Because you are connected with already, you just project it. People on whom I did a clearing, they realized that I project a shield around them, and I do that within a few seconds. And you can do that as well. Leave the realm of the water element whenever you feel an urge to do so. And while you are in this inner realm, be aware that this realm connects with your outer realm and with the cosmic realms of the water element. Before you go and combine the two, make the same practice again with the fire element. And you have an expanded knowledge of fire right now. Work it. Go also into this realm. Outer realm, change, put a triangle there and a candle, etc. And then you, as the next step to oneness, you be one with your will and with your emotions. First, set up the outer realm with both elements, fire and water, candle and cup of water. So that's a second step towards consciousness of oneness. Imagine yourself in the center of a circle or a sphere which surrounds you. In front of yourself, a flaming red triangle, and you notice this triangle is ever-present gate to the fire element. And you see also the water element already there, pentagon. And you leave it there and mentally repeat to yourself 6 times, I am all will. Can imagine the words written in front of you in flaming letters, and you can feel the heat of written words. You can imagine hearing the sounds of fire. And the more sensory imagination you include, the better the results can be. And each time you say I am all will, focus on the inner realm of fire. Tune into it, actually enter it briefly. Next, say once I am one. And repeat the sequence of fire at least 3 times. Next, you turn to the blue watery pentagon, and it's on your left side. You build it up. You know that this pentagon is ever-present gate to the realm of the water element. In it you can notice water in many of its appearances. One within the other, like 3-dimensional transparencies, and you can also notice water spirits and so on. This time, don't pay them any attention at all. Simply repeat to yourself, I'm all emotions, I'm all water. And you can imagine those words written in front of you, again in blue, watery letters, and you can feel the coolness and humidity of water. You can imagine hearing the many sounds of water, enter the realm for a brief time, get out of it again. The more sensory imagination you include, the better the results will be. Then I am a one, at least 3 times repetition, and then you repeat 6 times, will and emotions are aligned and one, and you move the fire and water together, like one being in the other, the pentagon and the triangle. Will and emotions are aligned and one, and then repeat 1 time, I am one. Again, do it at least 3 times, I would say a bit more often, with strong imagination. You will find your individual way of how to do it best. And it is okay, even very good for beginners, to repeat much more often than just 3 times each sequence. And still, from time to time, do the practice separately for each one of the elements.